I'm Tom. I'm 14. I live with my mum and stay over with my dad. Mum and dad broke up last year. I didn't see the breakup coming and I felt really sad, but it's tons better now. I hope my story explains what help is available for young people whose parents separate. This is my birthday last year. My family and friends from next door came over. It was a great day. This is Mum and Dad, my nan and grandpa and my neighbours, Chloe, who's 2 years older than me, Jack, who's my age, and Rosie. Their mum and dad had split up the year before and had gone to court to sort things out, unlike my mum and dad. So I'll tell you a little bit about Chloe, Jack and Rosie's story too. The rest of that year was fine. We had a great Christmas as usual, but in January, mum and dad said that they were separating. They hadn't been arguing, so it was a big shock. I thought I'd done something wrong, but they told me that none of this was my fault. Even though I felt sad, confused, hurt and quite angry that they decided all this without me knowing. I overheard my parents talking about seeing a mediator to help them reach an agreement without going to court. I didn't know what a mediator was. They were making plans about when I would spend time with them. I know they didn't want to upset me, but not knowing what was happening or having a say in the arrangements made it worse for me. In spring I chatted with Chloe. We remembered that when her parents separated, we read a school poster about children's rights under the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, the UNCRC. Chloe said that I had the right to my voice being heard, to speak to the mediator my parents saw. If my parents went to court, I could speak to the family court advisor, the FCA from Kafkas, who reported to the court what they thought was in my best interests. I could speak to the judge dealing with my case if I wanted. I could even be represented by a solicitor in court, if needed. Chloe said it had been hard for them at first. Their dad introduced his new girlfriend quite quickly, which upset and confused Rosie, so Rosie had been reluctant to see him. Rosie's mum and dad agreed that Rosie would see her dad at a contact centre as a stepping stone, until things settled down. Chloe said that the contact centre had been really useful for her family, and now, as I knew, all three children saw their dad together and things were better. Chloe had met with the FCA dealing with her mum and dad's case and told him when she wanted to see each parent. The FCA met Jack and saw Rosie with their dad at the contact centre, then reported to the judge what the children wanted. Chloe's mum and dad went to court, but Chloe, Jack and Rosie didn't have to go. The judge decided when my friends would spend time with their mum and dad, taking into account the children's wishes. Court proceedings weren't needed for me, but knowing that I had the right for my views to be taken into account and learning how that would happen helped lots. I thought about the poster and what Chloe had said and decided to look into the UNCRC myself. I learned that it said that when parents separate, it's fair that young people get information about what was happening and are consulted about arrangements made for them. Sometimes, if parents can't put their children's needs first, the children can have their own solicitor to represent them. I knew my family wouldn't need that, but thought it was great that this was available. I talked to my mum. The mediator had said that I could meet her so my views could be heard if I wanted. This sounded good, so I agreed to go. The mediator was friendly and welcoming. Talking to her really helped. I told her how I was feeling, that I wanted to spend time with mum and dad, with nan and grandpa and my friends. We agreed what she'd then tell mum and dad. I felt mum and dad had really listened to what I wanted. And they agreed a routine so that I stay mostly with mum but see lots of dad and my nan and grandpa and friends like I wanted. I went bowling with dad, which was fun. I knew then that things were going to be okay. I'm sad that my mum and dad aren't still together, and I know there may be hard times again, but now I know what steps I can take if I need to. Thanks for listening to me. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's my birthday today. I'm off to join my family for my party. Dad's just arriving now.